Namaskara, this is Harsha here. Welcome back to the 21-day headstand mastery or headstand challenge. So today is the day 3. The last 2 days I showed you how to do the first variation of headstand with the support of the flat wall and with the support of a corner wall. So today I'm going to just give you a quick recap, and then I'm going to teach you another 2 variations of headstand, which is the second and the third variation. I hope you guys liked whatever I shared in the previous one, and if you haven't practiced it yet, so you can check out in the links over here. It's just gonna be a quick recap for you also. Let me just do the first and the first variation to start with, and then I teach you the second and the third variation. So as I have told you earlier, the first primary requirement is make sure the fingers are interlocked, the little finger and the tip of the thumb touching one another. Okay? Never ever forget this and never ever let go of this. So as usual, we are using the blankets. Make sure the blankets are perfectly laid out, and if you're wearing a shirt that's not like whatever I'm wearing right now, make sure you tuck the shirts in. It just makes your practice much easier. Interlock the fingers. Now you first rest the palms. You place the crown of the head. You lift the knees up and you gently walk ahead. As I mentioned earlier, make sure the lower back is touching the mat. And once you're here, you slowly bend the leg and gently come up. So this was the first variation that I showed you. And I've taught you step by step in the earlier 2 videos. As I said, you can find the links in the description or on the links on top. So this was the first variation, where you keep the buttocks, the calf muscles and the heels touched to the wall, and then you stay there, and then while coming down you slowly bend, and then you drop down. You rest for about half a minute, or 5 seconds or 10 seconds, any duration that you're comfortable with, and then you come up. So this was the first variation of Shirshasana that we practiced, in case you have practiced also. So today I'm going to teach you the second and the third variation. So remember one thing in mind: before you go for the second and the third variation, first you should be able to practice this, whatever I taught you the last 2 days, the first variation of headstands, and you should be able to practice that for at least the next couple of weeks if you're a complete beginner. If you're a complete beginner, don't try this as of today itself. Practice the earlier ones for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then you can go ahead with this one. But if you're someone who's been practicing a headstand, just the first variation, or you know only one variation of headstand that you've been doing for a long time, you can try this one. This is much easier if you've been practicing. It's just that the movements of the hands change. So now to do the first, second and the third variation of headstand, let's first go for the first one. You interlock the fingers. You place the knees and the foot on the mat. You lift the knees, walk the toes in, and then you slowly come up. So once you're here, try to get the balance. Make sure there's no discomfort anywhere. And from here, this is how you do the second variation. You let go of the right hand, bring it in front of the face, let go of the left hand and bring it in front of the face. So the wrist will be facing the front, the fingers will be facing the head. And don't keep the elbows wide. Keep the elbows in, keep the hands straight. Make sure both the biceps are parallel to the floor and straight. If you find this difficult, you can touch the buttocks and the calf muscles and the heels to the wall to start with, But make sure, never ever keep the fingers together when you do this. It's very essential that you keep the fingers wide apart. Keep the fingers wide apart, and if you've been practicing for some time, you can take the buttocks and the calf muscles off the wall. And then just stay there. Just close your eyes, breathe. So you can stay here for up to 30 seconds. Or if you're practicing this for the first time, you can start by staying here for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds. And then while coming down, you can touch the wall, bend the leg, and then gently drop down. And once you come down, just rest there, drop the head down, close your eyes, slow down the breath. Breathe out. And then slowly come up. So this is the second variation of headstand that we usually do. So if you're someone who's been practicing headstand, the traditional one or the only one that you've ever seen everywhere, where you just interlock the fingers, place it to the back of the head, and then placing the crown of the head and then coming up, and that's the only headstand that you've been doing, it's high time you upgrade yourself to the next one and start learning different variations. So when you are removing the hand for the first time from the back of the head, don't move both of the hands simultaneously. Take one hand off one at a time. If you just remove both the hands from the back of the head and then place it, you may feel, okay, you may feel like you're overstraining the neck. See, watch, this is what you're going to do if you're doing this for the first time. So first, you're going to come up to headstand, straight, Shirshasana. So once you're here, don't let go of both the hands simultaneously. Keep the hands here itself. First, get a grip of the left palm firmly at the back of the head. Take the right hand off and then place it in front of the face to start with. And see for yourself, okay, if you're feeling any pain in the neck or the sides of the neck or even the back of the neck. If that's not the case, take the right hand back and then practice with the left hand. You start this with the right hand and the left hand, and then to the left. If you feel like you're very comfortable and you can do the next one, first take the right hand off and then the left hand off, and then just stay there. So as I said, you can start by staying here for 5 seconds and gradually increase your duration of stay for up to 30 seconds. So I suggest you practice this against the wall at least for the first few months. After probably 3rd month or 4th month, you'll be able to let go of the wall and then balance without any support of the wall. And even this, before you start doing this, make sure one heel is against the wall and one heel is off the wall. And then you alternate again with the right. And then you change. So you keep alternating between the right leg and the left leg and try to stay there for like 5 seconds or 10 seconds to start with. And then probably after like 3-4 months, as I said, you'll get enough strength and probably you'll be confident enough to take both the legs off the wall straight. So this is going to take some time. So just give it, go with the pace that you are in right now. Don't push yourself too much. So when you're coming down, you slowly bend the leg. You drop the foot, fold your arms, rest the forehead, and then you slowly come up. So this is the second variation of headstand. Remember, don't push yourself too much. Go slow, take your own time, respect the state of the body that you have right now, because you would have gone through a lot, probably abused the body, or if you're someone who's been keeping yourself physically active, that's very good. Respect the limitations of the body and do this one step at a time. Even for me, to gain the mastery with respect to the Shirshasana, with respect to the headstand, it took almost 8-9 years. You're not going to get this in a month or 2 months and not in a year. Consistent practice over the span of the years, you'll be reaching a state where it doesn't matter at what point of day you wake up and which asana you practice, everything is going to be the same. But in the initial stages, take it slow. Start with 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 10 seconds. That's more than enough. So this is the second variation of headstand. Now I'm going to show you the third variation of headstand. So the third variation of headstand is very similar to that of the second variation of headstand. It's just that we change the position of the palms. And this is how it's done. First, you interlock the fingers, place it to the wall, place the crown of the head, lift the knees, walk the toes in. You first come up, and once you're here, get comfortable, make sure there's no discomfort anywhere. And from here, first you let go of the hands, bring it in front of the face, and make sure the elbows are not wide, but the elbows must be in, perfectly parallel to one another. So from here, you just turn your palms so that the little finger is touching one another. Elbows, try to bring them close to one another and bring the forearms close to one another. Even here, try to stay here for 5 seconds or 10 seconds to start with, and then gradually you can extend your stay for up to 30 seconds. So once you're able to stay there, just let go of the hands, bring the palms back, and then it's very essential that you take the hands back to the back of the head, and then you slowly bend the leg, drop the leg down, you sit on the calf muscle, fold your arms, rest the forehead, and then you slowly come up. So this is the second and third variation of headstand. So now you know 3 variations: the first one, the second one, and the third one. It's just that the only difference is the position of the palms change. What happens when you change the position of the palms, and what effect does it have on the sides of the neck? All the details I'll be sharing in the later videos. So if you want to give this a try, as I said, take support of a blanket, take support of the wall, and give this a try. Do the first variation and try to stay there for up to 2 minutes. If you're a complete beginner, stay there for like 30 seconds or 10 seconds or 5 seconds. And then you can go for the second and the third variation. I hope this video was informative. Do give this a try, and once you practice it, please do share your views in the comments as to how you felt, or if there's anything else, if you have any specific doubts with respect to the headstand practice, you can directly write to me if you wanna, if you have a detailed question for which you are seeking answers after breaking your head of doing headstands and learning them from a number of people. I'll be more than happy to reply to you, or best I'll even try to make a video of the same and then share it with you so that it's helpful for everyone. So please do give this a try. So now you know 3 variations: variation 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing you all master the headstand in the next 21 days. I'll see you in the next one.